What's going to be with college campuses? Take a look at what's going on over here at Columbia University, like right here, right now, not a year ago, not 6 months ago, like what's going on these days on these elite campuses. Check out this clip with Victor Davis Hanson giving his assessment, then we'll talk about it. But first, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Check this out.
Pro-Hamas protesters are learning that they can't take over college campuses in the age of Trump and at least get away with it. Columbia University is forced now to call in the NYPD after around 100 or so of these pro-Hamas freaks occupied Butler Library. They're already arresting these agitators who declared the library a, quote, liberated zone. Yeah, liberated from studying. So, again, you're at Columbia, one of the premier institutions, supposedly, for learning in the United States, and this is what you have to deal with, studying for that applied mathematics final exam. Great. Here to discuss is Victor Davis Hanson, senior fellow at the Hoover Institution. Victor, the video is quite something. This was after $400 million of federal aid for new research grants was paused by the Trump administration, Columbia scrambling to try to make nice on some of the demands that the Trump people had. But I guess they didn't get the memo on no masks going forward. It looks like a lot of them had masks.
No. I don't think they could stop it if they wanted to, Laura, and they don't want to. I think we know it's a tired, weary, predictable script. They break all of the rules that they said they wouldn't. They're violent, they disrupt classes, they shout anti-Semitic pro-terrorist things, and then we get a weak-kneed administrator, an assistant dean, associate provost comes out and says, this is intolerable, we don't accept this, we will not, and it's empty because they have no deterrence, the students know it. Now, why is that? I think it's because 75% of the faculty, the administrators, and the students really do agree with what they're doing. I don't know, maybe not the violent act themselves, but the ideology, yes. And I don't think they want, this is terrible because they're in this fight with the Trump administration. And it's kind of like a rock, you pull it over, and underneath it, nobody knew what was going on. And they've got $30 to $40 billion the last 30 years they've taken from communist China and Middle East dictatorships they haven't reported. They have racially separated dorms, graduations, the admissions that they're using are violating the recent 2022 Supreme Court ruling. And I just don't think they want to go there because they've gouging the federal government at 40 to 50% surcharges on grants from HHS or Department of Energy.
No, it's a scam.
And I could go on. And that's all, yeah, they're all going to come out. They're going to lose this. And then these type of performance art spectacles, it explains why only 36% of the general population has confidence in higher education. And they're in an echo chamber. They're oblivious to all this.
This is why so many people are just wondering whether college is worth it for a good percentage of Americans today. Is that worth it? I guess you want to go to law school or medical school or very technical stuff, but just regular liberal arts, if this is what it is, this is a scene inside the library. Watch. It's all cosplay, Victor. They all look like actors. I mean, it just all looks so fake and phony and contrived. But the purpose behind it is real. And Bill Maloogian's telling us that both DHS and ICE are now monitoring the situation at Columbia. I guess if they determine that any of those arrested are non-citizens, they'll be arrested by ICE. Good. I say great to that.
Yeah. They can stop it in 5 seconds. Every student that was breaking rules or the law could be expelled because these are very rich kids. These are the elite of the elite. And their careers are more important even than their ideology. They could expel the students doing breaking the rules, doing damage, and they could rip up the visas, the green cards, but especially the student visa, and let people go back home to Egypt or Syria or Gaza or the West Bank, and let them have a beautiful return trip. And I think it would stop very, very quickly. And everybody knows it. They have no public support at all, and yet they keep doing it. And,
no, none of these masks should be allowed.
They're going to lose.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
everyone who walks out of that library where they have the zip ties around their wrists, no, they shouldn't be able to cover their heads or their faces. They're so proud of what they're doing. Show your faces. They're all cowards. That's the truth. They don't want to lose all their privilege. No. They don't want to lose their privileges at the university or their dining privileges.
No,
that's why.
No, they're careerists. They're careerists and they're elitists, and they like the prestige of saying they went to Columbia. The odd thing, finally, is Columbia, Harvard, Yale, all these universities are losing their cachet. They're giving 80% A's to their students, and there's other places they can go rather than these places.
Victor, thank you very much.
It's so pathetic because it could so easily be stopped. They could, like you said, expel the students that are participating in this kind of behavior, that are blocking libraries and chanting all sorts of crazy things, and they can deport people that are here on a student visa. This is not a difficult thing to. It seems that nobody wants to do anything because they at least tacitly agree with the things that are being touted. Because according to the Marxist view of the world, there are only oppressors and oppressed. That's all that exists in this world. And so if Israel is a successful country, they must be an oppressor. If the Palestinian people are not successful, it must be because they have been oppressed by Israel. It has nothing to do with their governance or their choices or anything like that. There's only oppressors and oppressed. And when you look at the world through that lens, you can make things that are good bad and bad good, and all of the other variables in the world that shape success and failure, you dismiss them aside and put instead as oppressor and oppressed. And this is an unfortunate reality on those that hold very left-wing viewpoints on life and reality, is that you'll go along with things even to the point of terror, because ultimately they're only doing terror because they've been oppressed for so long. I don't know. I hope that as it seems to be happening, that more people are waking up to this, and the NYPD is getting involved, and people that need to be arrested for causing harm and damage and violence, threats, and so forth are being dealt with according to every ounce of what the law has to give to them. If you like this content overall, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Take care.